Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you here today. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, board certified Doctor of Naturopathy, founder of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. Excited to go over how to use SEO, which is search engine optimization, to increase website traffic for health coaching businesses. Again, we're always trying to help personal trainers, chiropractors, massage therapists, estheticians, you name it, right? If you're in the health field, we want to be able to help you. And of course, our IHP-based community. So let me give you an example. Really simple, straightforward. When I first started on my own, way back and around the year, I wasn't on my own in 2000. I was working at a really beautiful high-end health club, which I'd never heard about before in my life, because keep in mind, I'm coming from a World's Gym, a Planet Fitness, and this really high-end health club called, what was the name of the health club called? It was Sports Club LA in Boston. And so I applied there. I was just out of school. I was 22 years old. And I had experience. I had 4 years working as a personal trainer, essentially all through college. But I was young and neither here nor there. I got hired. I was very fortunate. I was definitely one of the least qualified people that they hired, but nonetheless, I loved it. That came through. That energy came through. They hired me. They hired another 22-year-old, and then they hired 31 other personal trainers at the same time, which is insane, right? 33 personal trainers in one club, all from the ages of 22 all the way through about 54. I remember the oldest personal trainer. Again, I'm 22 years old. I didn't know that many 54-year-olds, right? But also a colleague of mine, 54 years old, as a personal trainer, I found it remarkable. But it was one of the best things I ever saw, because it gave me a breakthrough that, this isn't something you just do in your 20s. You can make a career out of this. So I don't want to go off on that tangent right now, but what happened was I was commuting about an hour away. So I was living in Providence, Rhode Island. I was commuting to Boston every day. So it was about an hour and a half each way, just depending on traffic, et cetera. I took the train most of the time, but either way, that's how long it took. So I started to work on Wednesdays doing at-home personal training. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday was at the gym. I was working as a nutritionist. Then I was working as a personal trainer. That was kind of my niche. And then I was working on Wednesdays as an at-home personal trainer. So I had to learn all these things from scratch. Again, this is back in the year, around 2000. And so I started to pass out my business card. I started to pass out flyers. I did a table at Whole Foods back in the day, which was still Wild Oats, Whole Foods, Bread and Circus. It was around that time kind of where all of that was changing. And so I would go in there on a Sunday. I knew it was the busiest day. I worked with the local one in East Providence, and I had a table and I would answer questions. And anyway, I started to pick up a few clients. By 2003, I had built my own website. I didn't have any money, so I bartered with a web designer that if they built my website, I would do their nutrition and personal training. And we had a nice little deal. So they built me a 5-page or 10-page website. And this is when I started to then learn about search engine optimization, meaning great to have a website, but if nobody comes to it, it doesn't really do any good, right? Now with social media, it's great because you can drive people from social media to your website, but wouldn't it be amazing if you were able to rank for something like online health coach or online health coach for women's weight loss or online health coach lupus, online health coach rheumatoid arthritis. You see what I mean, right? So the first thing that we need to do is you need to know your niche. That's not what today's show is all about. We've talked about your avatar or your niche many times. That's why please go back, check out the podcast. They're all at ihp.coach/podcasts. All right. So what I want to do though today is I'll link up specific ones. Our team's so amazing. They'll be able to help you find your niche because you're going to need that for your keywords. Okay. So go to ihp.coach/324. You'll get today's episode's big takeaways, 3 big takeaways, plus you're going to get previous podcasts on your niche. Now, when you graduate from IHP level 1, you also get 30 specific curated shows as part of our business course that's completely free. And that enables you to set up your business as a health coach. So pretty remarkable. But anyway, I'm going to take you through 7 ways to improve website traffic using search engine optimization. That just means where you show up when people type in, let's just say like me back in the day, personal trainer, Boston, right? That was one of the main keywords. So the first thing is you need to know the keywords that people would type in to find you. Now that has to do with their ailments, your niche, benefits they want, what they're looking to receive. So I always thought about it this way. If I was looking for a personal trainer in Boston, what would I type in when I went to Google? And you remember, you're the same, like you're the customer. Think about it the same way from your customer. And all I did was rattle off about 20 different things. So I was like, okay, what would people type in? Like, what do people, first of all, personal trainer, Boston, easy. Okay, what else? Boston, MA, personal trainer. Okay, yeah, that's one. Personal trainer, Boston, MA. Okay, so basically I have 4 different variations, right? And just think about that because you want all these different variations. All right. Now, what else would people call a personal trainer? Fitness trainer. Okay. So now all I did was fitness trainer, Boston. Fitness trainer, Boston, MA. Boston, MA, fitness trainer. You see what I'm saying, right? So this is what you're just simply going to be calling certain pages of your website. So if my main website is stevencabral.com, then I would create a page in the back end, or your web designer would, / what would the URL be? Well, it'd be go to stevencabral.com / personal-trainer-Boston, right? And so now that's my keyword, and I turn that into an article. And that article then is all the benefits of working with a personal trainer in Boston, Massachusetts. And then at the very end, if you're looking to get started today with your complimentary no obligations consultation, click here, click the link to get started. That's at the end of all of your pages. So first thing is you need to know what keyword you were trying to rank for. And if at all possible, put that as part of your website. But we're not going to go over that today. We talk about that a lot in business mentorship experience. But basically, you want to develop articles and content around your keyword. So myself and the manager, actually, when I started to open up my first location and my second, 1 to 2 articles a week on our specific keyword. That's it. So if you're a health coach, think of it like this. Let's just use Julia's website, Julia Hayes Wellness. Okay. So it would just be / what else would we use? / women - weight - loss - online if we wanted to specialize in that. So again, all you're thinking about is what's your keyword, and you do, see how they're a little bit longer. You don't want to just put stevencabral.com / weight loss. It's fine, but difficult to rank in the entire universe of websites for a general term that people are trying to bid on. So they're called longer tail keywords, just longer amount of words that your ideal avatar would search for, right? How -to -overcome rheumatoid arthritis, right? So it's like, okay, yeah, that's what you're talking to for your audience, all right? The next thing is, so that part 1 is your keyword. Part 2, quality content creation. And what that means is simply you recording a podcast, writing an article, however you want to do it, that shows Google that you are becoming an authority in this particular niche. So for me, easy, when I opened my first location in Boston, it was nutrition and it was fitness. Everything was based on body transformation, weight loss, all of those things. Like that is what we wanted to say. Sure, we work with Boston Celtics, we work with New England Patriots, we work with all sorts of players. We work with Boston Celtics cheerleaders, like you named it. We were working with fitness competitors, but the truth is that 80% of our clients, 90% of our clients wanted weight loss and body transformation. We specialized in that. So like that was it. So all of our content was around that. And I'm going to get to that in a moment, how it ranked us at the very top. All right. On page SEO is number 3. Every time you write an article inside of a WordPress website or a Squarespace website or whatever you use, really simple, really straightforward, they have these things called tags or header tags or meta tags, description, etc. So all you're doing, again, just want to think about it like this. I can do a whole separate podcast on this. You're just going to write your article. But your article inside of the headline, so what's the article? Let's stick with thyroid. All right, let's just pick one topic. We'll say thyroid. All right. So the keyword then is going to be women's low thyroid. All right, so let's move to, so we're going to now title our article, How to Improve Low Thyroid in Women. Great. So we've got our keyword right in there. Then what we're going to do on that page is we're going to start to sprinkle in the words, women low thyroid tips for women, etc. Right? So like that's what we're going to put in. All right. And then inside of our tags for that, low thyroid, comma, maybe Hashimoto's, comma, women's low thyroid. That's basically telling Google that's what this page is all about. It's women and low thyroid. All right. And again, you can look all these up. You can do them much more depth, but I wanted to bring this to your attention because your web designer will certainly know how to do this as well. All right. Now I want to get to local SEO, local search engine optimization. I knew that in the grand scheme of things, I probably wouldn't rank in the top 5 on Google for personal trainer. Right? Back in the day, 2000, 2003, I had my first website up until, let's say, like, I really wanted to rank for that until like 2007. Like that's really what I was trying to do. So I knew that probably was going to happen out of, Jillian Michaels. Think of like all the top personal trainers right in the world, like Bob Harper, anybody from The Biggest Loser, they're going to be up there first. Okay. But here's what I tried to do. I tried to win Boston, Massachusetts. So that's what I did. And now Google knew, this is before the local maps and all that, but I was there, right? So I tagged my studio, all those different things, and I would rank number 1 for Boston Personal Trainer. Then I would get my website that was locally. I would get my website to rank for Boston Personal Trainer, and you can actually then boost your post or run a little, Google ad to that as well. So if you have a local business, it's so much easier to show up at the top of Google. It really is. You get good quality reviews for your local location. Inside of the articles and the tags are exactly what you're trying to rank for. A lot of chiropractors do this really well. And you can even sponsor an ad if you wanted to show up higher. So all of these things are getting you to boost higher. But it is telling Google what your website's all about. In your pages, keep using your keyword and then creating articles that talk about that same keyword. Now, a couple of things that you may not know about, and this is super important. If your website is not mobile optimized, it's not going to rank high. Google does not want, because they're putting their brand name on it. They don't want to rank or rank, yes, high, but they don't want to send anyone to a website that doesn't function well. So if your website does not look good on mobile, they literally will not rank you. They won't. You'll be on the second or third page, and we all know nobody goes to the second or third page of Google. They really don't, right? They scroll down maybe the first page for a bit, but that's about it. After you get through the first half of Google, very few people even make it to the second half of Google's first page. So something to think about. Now, along the same lines as mobile optimized is you also want to look at page load time. If your website takes more than really 1 to 2 seconds to load, they're not going to rank you. They won't send people and use their brand reputation to a website that doesn't load properly. So you need to make sure that website is loading quickly. And the last one, and this is a good one, is backlink building. What does that mean? It means that other websites, the bigger the better, are linking to your website. So even something as simple as YouTube pages, colleagues of yours, they had you on their podcast, or you exchanged articles and they link back to your website. The more links you have, quality links, the better, not just like kind of like link farms that just link 1 million people to you, but good quality ones that link to you is phenomenal. So think about this. Most Thursdays on the IHP podcast, the Integrative Health Coach Success podcast, we actually link to different social media accounts and different websites from the guests that we have on. The integrativehealthpractitioner.org, that's ihp.coach, has a good authority. So we're building up the websites of the authority of the people that we have on Thursdays. And obviously we're happy to do that. We appreciate their time being on as a great guest, etc. But all of those backlinks really do matter. So those are 7 tips. You don't need to do all of them right away, but begin to think about that. I mean, really, these are things that when you do them over months and then years, begin to build your business. And they do so because people start to find out about your website and your business without you even directing the traffic there, like from social media or interviews, etc. So hopefully this was helpful. We help IHPs, mainly IHPs, but we help others from the health industry all the time to improve their website, build their website, do all of these things. It's not what we do as at IHP. Honestly, that's not like who we are. But here's the thing. We want you to be successful. Like that's the bottom line. My vision is 10,000 practitioners around the world helping 100 to 1,000 people each in their practice. I know everybody can help 100 because that's 2 people a week. I know that. Many people will build to 1,000 people a year. Well, if we do that, we're reaching 1 million to 10 million people a year. But we can't do that if they don't know that you exist. And I know that you know how to help people. So that's the thing is like, okay, well, I didn't realize this until last year. And then at that point I said, we need to help our IHPs. We need to help the greater community get in front of more people. So that's ultimately the goal. If you ever need help, all you need to do is email. It's just an email away. support@ihp.coach. Whatever question you have, we will help you with it. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you being a part of the community. I'll talk with you soon.